Okay, hello, welcome to the Ochano channel. Thank you very much for clicking on the channel. Today we're going to be covering some stuff that you may not know about. That's what we're covering today. Things you may not know about, but probably should. Let's check it out. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the magnetic north. Did you know that in every iPhone setting there is a setting for compass and it's true north or magnetic north? So there's a true north and a magnetic north, and a lot of people don't know that the magnetic north is shifting. Now, I noticed this. I noticed it about, I want to say 8 years ago when, well, as a kid, I used to play with the compass. I had as like kind of a toy. So I would go in my backyard as a little kid and I would always know where north was. I just thought the compass was neat. I used to spin. I really had a good understanding of where north was as it relates to the geographical land spots, the mountains. It would change over a few years and it was moving and I really noticed it about 20 years later. I noticed like, oh my God, like I remember north was in that direction and now it moved like degrees wise. So anyways, let's see what this person has to say.
A reveal of a very ancient past. It would reveal to us many, many things that we're not even aware of down there, potentially. If what we're seeing right now with the poles shifting is true, scientists starting to talk about how North Pole has shifted somewhere over Russia, moving towards Siberia. Let's say this continues and we have 3 miles of ice melting, making the water in the entire world go up 40 meters, which is 120 feet. We're going to be losing some of our shores across the world. Manhattan's gone. But what would happen?
Okay, so one thing to understand is that the Earth is not perfectly round. It is not a perfect sphere. If that is a shock to you, I'm sorry to break it. I'm sorry to break it to you, but no, it's not. It's not perfect. And there's a wobble too. It wobbles quite a bit. Every certain amount of years, the magnetic poles shift. And I noticed personally within the past 25 years that we've had over a 15-degree change quite rapidly. So scientists predict that there's going to be a rapid polar shift, and some theorize that maybe there was extinction level events because of this every certain amount of years with mud floods, and that would explain a lot of different things. That would explain the Noah from the Bible, um, how the earth was covered, even though doesn't explain how it rained for that many days, but it does give a an explanation to a biblical event, scientific correlation of the two. Okay, and one more on why is.
The magnetic North Pole is moving in a way never seen before by scientists. In the northern hemisphere, compass needles point towards the magnetic North Pole, the location of which changes due to the shifting contours of the Earth's magnetic field. It is distinct from the geographic North Pole, or true north, which stays fixed at the spot where all lines of longitude converge. For centuries, the magnetic pole meandered close to the coast of northern Canada. In the 1990s, it drifted into the Arctic Ocean. The movement of the pole is driven by unpredictable changes in the churning of the molten iron that makes up most of the Earth's outer core. When Sir James Clark Ross arrived.
So that's their explanation of why a magnetic why we have a magnetism within the Earth. Well, um, yeah, that's not 100% accurate. There's a lot more that goes into magnetism of the Earth and far down into our own Earth that we really don't understand magnetism or gravity, as a matter of fact. Surprising.
Royal Navy officer and paleoexplorer, made his first measurements at the site of the pole in 1831. He relied in part on the magnetic needle, which pointed directly towards the Earth. These days, the British Geological Survey uses a network of ground stations and satellites to map the field in different locations. This data gives a sense of how the molten core is behaving. A group led by Professor Phil Livermore of the University of
And of course, we know that there's a molten layer because obviously there's volcanic eruptions, so that is not too big of a mystery. The misunderstanding is of the exact molten quantity and the inner core, center core of the Earth, which is the big mystery. And I like to hear stuff from this guy because he's been in a lot of movies.
The
He's a
magnetic
cool
field
guy.
was actually reversed at one time
Yeah.
in the Earth's history.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Okay, now I don't want to blow your mind.
Okay, hit me.
Okay,
There's
really?
a scientist
I love this.
now.
When we were growing up, the North Magnetic Pole was in northern Canada. It was never where Santa is. Okay, so Earth's magnetic pole is shifted from our rotation poles. I don't know if you didn't know that?
I did not know
okay.
this.
And it's not stationary. It moves.
It's moving.
When we were growing up, it was kind of meandering in the Canadian, that whole northern area of Canada where they just
Yeah, I already said that. But I mean, he's a scientist, astroscientist, physicist. So let's go with what he said, and he's pretty smart. And one last one on this gentleman. 1 step, 2 seconds. Oh, interesting.
Shifts is getting a lot of traction. So my last post about pole shifts is getting a lot of traction. So let me clarify some points about this because a lot of people seem to be thinking that the pole shift itself is what is most important, which just isn't true. It's actually why the poles are moving that is most important. So let's get to the root cause. So somewhere around 1995, there was a study to show that the Earth's core had slightly shifted. Now it shifted towards Siberia, and this core shift had
Okay, so everybody keeps saying the same thing, shifted towards Siberia. Um, like I explained before,
We've been
the Earth is on a
explaining
wobble, so it's gonna move.
all of
Let me skim through this.
goes into the air. And if it doesn't dissipate into space, where will the moisture drop? Onto our cities. We have been seeing flash floods worldwide. And if there's something coming from below and the earth is expanding, what's going to happen to the plates? What's going to happen to
Okay. So anyways, I think that pretty much covers that subject. Something that you don't know, but you probably should. There is more to this. There is a lot more to this, and it has to do with the sun. The sun and the moon. The sun has a very huge, great effect on magnetism and the earth. A lot of people aren't aware about it, but that's a different rabbit hole. That's a different subject that I would have to go into, and it's rather long and it's kind of boring too. Yeah, solar flares and what happens with the sun and its different cycles. Yeah, that might be a different subject that I would have to like write out so it's not boring and come up with a couple of sun jokes. Oh, I have a son, by the way. I do have a son. He's not as bright as the sun, but wait, that was kind of rude. Uh, he's cool though. Hey, my son is cool. Anyways, that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining and staying this long on the Ochanos channel. I really do appreciate you very, very much. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, even share to your friends. Say, hey, check out this doofus, man. He's kind of funny. Or don't call me doofus. You can call me whatever you want. Check out this porn stash guy. I don't know, whatever you want to call me. But hit the like and subscribe, share, and you have a great day. Everybody likes my bird. Pete. Catch you later. Bye.